so fine in the reign of the lion, eclipsing the eye of the empire. Inquisitor.
Where did demons come from?
Hello, honored Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhald. Don't know its worth to the fight, exactly.
Where did you learn your skills?
Zamar. You know Paragon Branca? Carved her. When she turned out to be sodding mad, I left. Couldn't stand looking at it. The memory of a dwarf, right?
Any idea?
To Vinter, early. It's in the tool marks. Oh, I suppose the scene is...
The 100...
damnedest things. Massive spires that aren't stone. It's like...
Do you have insight?
Tell you what. Who better, right? A good...
Inquisitor. Let us begin. Really? You did not notice? I had no idea Lady Beverly was one of your people. You might have told me before I embarrassed myself.
To work?
You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
I had...
Manifestations of your own mind, perhaps? No one else has Oh, I'm positively envious right now. Yes?
fertile ground, even here. His hold everything. Our mounts have never had better.
Inquisition?
Someone I knew once described adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
Clarel thought she was the only one who could save the world. She was arrogant.
But her intentions were pure. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
You can't expect everything to go well all the time.
No. But we still have to try, don't we? Even Clarel. She had to try. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the... joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life. This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy. You were quite the outlaw, I hear. The Carter. You must have some past.
Who told you that?
No one had to tell me. It's amazing the things you learn waiting for someone to crack a keg. Or while sparring, or just walking past the barracks. The men do enjoy their idle talk.
So I have a past. I don't see how it's your business.
You're right. I was prying. I don't care who you were. I know who you are now. And that's the person I signed on for. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
And some of us choose not to follow at all.
We can't all be born leaders. It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
What is this grand tourney?
You've never heard of it? The Grand Tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the Grand Tourney, and you can make your fortune.
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
He must have wanted something from you to help like that.
A pupil, a squire. Someone to teach and to mold. He saw my potential. When it was over, he offered to mentor me. To teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
Different doesn't always mean better.
In this case, I think it would have been better. But I'm older, hopefully wiser. And I think I've chosen the right person to walk with. At your service.
Let's talk about the Grey Warden.
The Wardens. I'm afraid
How do the Ward...
Short answer. Stick it with swords until it stops moving.
Wardens are in all the story.
No, it really is that... It just... Look, it's getting the dragon to the point where... There's no short answer for that, I'm afraid.
Have you been here?
I know what Corypheus is. Yes?
How much do you know about
Not much. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Doubt the Grey Warden?
You don't have to know how a darkspawn... And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather...
Corypheus stopped being human alone.
No? I suppose it's been You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first darkspawn by now.
Do you know if there are more?
I don't know. I'm not sure, Ed.
Let's discuss something else. What do you think?
This Inquisition is everyone's best friend.
What do you...
Leliana seems... nice. Also a little frightening. I'm not sure where any of it goes.
Inquisitor, you have come to the attention of the powerful. And I am
The soldiers make me nervous. Sitting around here, tempers get short. Inquisitor, is there something I can do for you? We need all the good health. Your...
See? What did I tell you?
Thank you.
Inquisitor. We're happy to be here, Your Worship. You need anything, let me know.
I wanted...
You know, I'm from Tevinter. Not a life I'd wish on everyone, but it'll do.
You said...
Women are allowed to serve, but only... I was up for promotion, but the healer I'd bribed to sign off on my fist. When the replacement healer saw what was, it was slavery or death, so I knocked him out and ran.
Why did...
I didn't decide. My parents wanted me to marry every day, put on a dress, look into my father's shaving mirror, and...
If you had the chance...
What? No. When I was younger... I don't... Bull helped me make a good life. Nice armor and a well-placed sock, and I'm happy. I'm of the same... Mages are in charge, and everyone knows it. But at the low end, people... My father was a tailor. I joined the army after the Imperial slaves...
How did slaves...
My father made shirts. One of the Magisters had a pet project. He had Imperial slaves making simple pet... That Magister's nice idea put out slave-made clothes at prices my father couldn't match.
It sounds...
That's the worst part of Tevinter. That Magister wasn't a terrible person. My father sold himself into slavery. He's one of the service public.
You heard what they did out there? At Adamant.
I did? I don't see why it concerns you.
Still got one of them here.
No. But you like demons.
I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings.
It isn't abuse if I ask.
Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages. And then... I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman.
Good. They will not take me.
Looks like he could slit a throat. Not think twice.
You are that good at your character?
What are you doing?
Listening. Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching, fingers too clumsy for knots. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip, warmth blossoms, first kiss in the barn. What was his name? Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry. 5 more minutes.
Can you listen?
No, they... Pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger, hurt.
I could almost see what it...
Yes.
Is that what it's like?
Yes? It's okay.
What?
They lie there and some...
I don't...
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget...
What are you going to...
Make her forget me. Then do it again, the right way. You can't...
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you... You want it to be... But there is no... It was... better.
So you walk into their life.
Yes. It's better to help and then...
For you or...
Yes. Thank you for... But it...
Thank you for saving my...
You got your wish, sort of.
Right, true enough.
Inquisitor.
Roderick was sorry before he died.
Did he tell you?
Blood everywhere. The Herald stands against it. Voices in the chantry. So long since I'd felt it. It started out helping, taking the fear away. I won't take too much. I am not...
I'd like to talk about...
Before you, Reese was my friend. He showed me... Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant. We found out dangerous things. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Reese couldn't look at me.
What was the Spire like when the Mage Rebellion started?
Dead and dying, begging and bloody. Evangeline was... Adrian was a mage. Reese just wanted to help. To stop people hurting.
What can you tell?
He was a mage. He helped me. And she was a Templar. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they...
If you like, I...
No. The last time he saw me, let him forget.
What did you mean?
Some of the mages at the Spire wanted to... I didn't know what I was. I used the knife to set them... There were other ways to help. I didn't know.
It sounds like you didn't...
No, I killed... They were hurting, helpless. It was wrong. I was wrong. If I start again, you or Cassandra...
What can you tell me?
It is old. Thank you for not making me go.
You said secret...
I'm hiding Reese from him, but he... Just another parasite that's worse. What we found at Adamant made him angry. He killed so many. He didn't care. Cold.
If you hated Seeker Lambert...
Because he was right. I saw demons at Adamant. I didn't want to be that. If I forgot, fought, fell to felling, Templars would...
I'll talk...
How do you... It wasn't blood in the bath, fingers on the scalp, intimate, and then the moment is gone.
I'd like to...
They're heavy with forgotten songs. Like, it's hard to stay near them. Cullen is softer, but demon... I want to explain, but words just bounce off the edges.
What's your...
Some like hurting mages. Dreams again. Woke up shaking. But not all Templars listen when... The good ones remember that mages are people.
Can you tell me more about how...
They feel older than they look. The lyrium helps, but their bodies... That's why they block magic. Varric feels like that. So do you. Except your mark pulls you up.
Can you tell me more about how...
The red lyrium is different, darker. They hear a different song. They are dead and dark and done. The left hand remembers a knife slipped to her in the darkness and wonders why the flower blooms.
I'd like to...
I don't understand it. A dagger can be a way to let... The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it.
Can you explain...
Yes?
Walk me...
I start by listening. Some are intangible. I shake it loose. No pearl. No...
Sometimes you say...
They remember me. Varric is quiet inside. He pulls me more to hear. Soulless, bright and sad. Observes and accepts. Spirit self.
What do you sense?
You're too bright. The stone, still there. And past that, the weight... It must be very hard.
It must be sad.
Why?
Isn't it?
No. I see pain and make it better. He was their enemy the whole time, but she made him...
I've heard about some...
Yes. Maybe.
Can I assume you're responsible?
They don't smell the same, raw.
You needed that soldier to smell them, so he could...
He did go home.
Someone found a barrel...
They were safer there.
Safer than on someone...
They would have been sad later.
Someone is leaving peeled plums on the window.
Spiders need to eat.
And healers need something...
The plums are already dead. They don't mind helping.
I'll talk...
The stone is cracked, split, jagged.
Something is troubling. Liliana is receiving reports. No one is dealing with these matters. and I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you... Why am I not surprised?
Tell me.
I'd rather not.
Oh, stores are growing. But she continues to serve. I think. Of course. Another time.
I hear the Red Templars are trying to find this place. Not if I can help it. They just break everything.
He's not trying to step on your toes, you know.
I have quite an extensive library on the history of forbidden magic.
waking sea. Somewhere across all that water is Kirkwall.
Inquisitor, I've something for you.
Finally. I started to think you weren't coming.
Nobody said you had to hang out in the creepy cave while you waited.
Well, I did wait, so let's make this quick. These idiots are carrying the red lyrium out in unprotected containers. We don't want to stick around long enough for it to start talking to us.
Why would the containers need to be protected?
Lyrium is incredibly dangerous in its raw form. It can poison or kill dwarves, and we're resistant to it. Sometimes it just explodes. No warning.
Basically, only crazy people mine lyrium.
The mining cast doesn't just sling it into a bucket. It's carried in special containers that keep it under control. And that's normal lyrium. The red stuff is worse. I wouldn't be surprised if most of their miners die just digging it up.
You seem to know more about the effects of red lyrium than most.
Varric told me plenty about what it did to him. And his brother.
How did you find this operation in the first place? There must be hundreds of Deep Road's entrances.
I've used this entrance in the past. Varric's not the only surface dwarf to explore the Deep Roads. Oh, I've got to admit, I was pretty surprised when I came here and found it full of humans.
We'd better get to work.
Sounds good to me. So this is what you do now?
Beg pardon?
Skulking around in caves, shooting guys. Is this your day-to-day?
I usually try to avoid the caves.
seal the tunnel before more Darkspawn join us.
How is what's-his-name?
Bogdan? He's in Navarra right now, selling my machine to wealthy landowners.
I heard some of the guild were trying to get you named a paragon for that contraption.
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never. I built these doors. They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making. Ta-da!
You've been here often enough to renovate the cave?
You already know I've used this entrance in the past. I don't know if Eric's told you, but the Merchants Guild is cutthroat. Literally. I built the doors to keep rivals from following me down here and arranging accidents.
Admit it, you've been waiting to do that since we arrived.
Of course I was. After you. This is almost fun. Kinda like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartran's guild dinner? We might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
Gonna be in Orlais, do you think?
As long as this weird shit is going on, at least. Maybe longer. Why?
You'll have to stop by before Bogdan gets back. You should see my new workshop.
I'll see what I can do. You know your family will kill me if I stop by, right?
They're not gonna kill you.
You always say that, and they always send assassins.
There you are. You won't be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
You want to say something, Varric?
Andraste's ass, Bianca. You're the leak?
When I got the location, I went and had a look for myself. And I found the red lyrium, and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You want to help your brother, don't you? I just wanted to figure it out.
Did you figure it out?
Actually, yes. I found out that red lyrium... it has the blight, Varric. Do you know what that means?
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research. So I gave him a key.
Larius? He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus's... Oh, shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well, then I went to you.
That name means something to you, Varric?
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the red lyrium. I had to help make this right.
You couldn't have known what would happen.
Mafarath's balls, she couldn't. I told her exactly how bad this shit was. I told her to keep away from it.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself, telling stories of what I should have done?
Ha! As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
Oh, for pity's sake, would you two just get a room?
Sorry, Inquisitor. We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Varric.
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
I'm glad to have answers, but... shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the Tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
You managed to talk your way out of most things.
That's what I do, isn't it? If Cassandra hadn't dragged me here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now, pretending none of this was happening.
You know that's not true. You've worked as hard as any of us to stop Corypheus.
Is that true? I don't even know anymore. Thank you for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do. Looking for someone to talk your ear off? I think I can oblige.
Tell me more.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
What makes the
Well, to be fair, technically we're not supposed to be within... If it got back to the guild that we were seen together, they'd freeze my assets and...
What in the world?
We almost started a clan war. Does it matter?
How do you know
I met her years ago when she still lived in Kirkwall, and I was looking for someone with... Bianca is... I haven't seen her since she got married and moved to Orlais.
Bianca is married?
Bianca's family are Kalnas. Surface dwarves, so conservative. They picked out a smith caste boy for her. Wealthy, respected, has a great anvil collect. I heard the wedding was lovely. The one Bianca actually showed up for, anyway.
All right, tell me the truth. Bianca made...
It's... The Carta thinks my Bianca was a freak success by a Carta inventor who could never duplicate it. If they thought anyone else was involved, someone who could make one work, things would be bad. So, I really can't tell the story. I don't want...
So?
Well, if you want to split hairs, we're not. Usually there's a We write letters, now and then. Shit, it's been what, 15 years? Great.
I guess...
Sure.
I told them the offer was the best we could do.
And of course they said no.
They want to show them. They think we're too remote to do anything bad.
Word for you.